about, I think, about the 6th week that I have been with my autoimmune issue of Guillain Barre, and I wanted to do an update on my condition. And right now, you can't obviously see this, but my legs and my arms had all had an impact, and it was really hard for me to walk up the stairs. That's where I felt it the most. And so going up the stairs was like really hard because it was a lot of effort for me going up, and coming down. I felt like I needed to make sure I was stable when I was coming down. But now I feel like coming down, I can do it a little bit faster because it's easier. And going up, I'm not as tired. I'm not as slow as I was before. Like literally, I was climbing the stairs before like an 80-year-old. I remember my great grandma, who was 80 something at the time. And I remember when she went upstairs, it was really slow, and she was holding onto the rail, and I was like, what the heck, you know? And I literally, in that moment when I was going upstairs, thought of her, because that's how slow I was moving. But now I can kind of walk up. I definitely hold the rail just in case, but I can definitely move a lot faster like I did before. Not completely back to normal though, definitely not. But I am definitely improved compared to before. Now the most noticeable area is obviously with my face. So if you look here on the right side of my face, you see that it's moving in completeness, because you see my lips are moving completely, everything's moving. Now if we look on this side, if we go and move here, you'll see that it's a lot harder to see that it's moving. Like I can still move it, but it's less motion if you see that. There's a big difference between the two, and I don't know if you notice it or not, but I can definitely notice it, and people who know me definitely notice it as well. My right side is a lot more improved, and pretty much I would say kind of back to normal than my left side. So what they actually told me to do, which is what I want to show you for anybody who has any kind of paralyzation on one side of your face, I think this will also apply as well, because I don't think it's just, you know, somebody with Guillain Barre that has paralyzation. Although with Guillain Barre, it's a lot harder, because if you think about it, with like, let's say a person who had a stroke, or a person who has Bell's palsy, they know exactly what's causing it, right? Because you know exactly which muscle or nerve or whatever is actually being affected. With Guillain Barre, since your body is attacking the nerves, you don't know what's attacking what where. So because there's no way to kind of figure out where to treat it, they can't really treat it. It really just takes time, and in that, the only way you can kind of help it is to do facial massages, or to do acupuncture if the person knows what they're doing. If not, don't go to them. And just kind of doing some mouth exercises as well that I got from my speech therapist when I had gone. But they were basically like, you don't need to come back, because you have the tools, which is just the exercises, and that's about all you can really do outside of just waiting it out and having the time. So you can see that my speech is a little bit better, in the sense that I can move my lips and my mouth when I'm talking, but you can see that it's a little bit off still. Like if I smile, you see how like this side is still kind of low, it's like crooked. So I feel like my bottom lip is a lot better, and that it can have full function even the left side. But the top one is not doing its thing. So when I smile, it's like this weird, like, crooked smile. So that's that. I still can't really, like, puff up my cheeks, which is what they always ask me to do. But I can do a little bit if I could do it in a certain way. So I'll show you. So the air comes out here. And then they did like an exercise where it's like you have a stick in your mouth, so like a like a popsicle stick, and you put it here, and you pull it. So you bite down, and you pull it. And then another exercise that I kind of did was I just, in that same concept of like pulling, I pursed down my lips, and I just do it really hard and I hold it. And then I go. I feel like that kind of gets the blood going. It moves it. It uses that muscle. And so that's what I kind of do for that. Another thing that I do is I do these mouth exercises that I had seen from somebody on YouTube about Bell's palsy. And so what you do is you stick your thumb inside your mouth, so it goes in. And you go reach all the way back to the very back of your gum with your thumb. And then you pull like this with your thumb inside your mouth, and you literally just pull like that, and you hold it there, and you'll feel like the stretch, kind of like, you know, when you stretch like your legs or something like that, you feel like it kind of like it hurts a little bit, but not really hurt, but you feel the stretch. You do the same thing going up this way, and then I doing it with my thumb going up here and pulling down, and the same thing from the bottom. When I pull that, I feel like it kind of helps in the sense that it's kind of like moving around your muscles and stretching them, whereas you're usually just kind of like trying to like move it. And then when I do massages, I take the palm of my hand and I go like this, and I put facial oil on, and I use facial oil anyway for my skincare, but that's what I do, and I go like this, and I just kind of rub it, okay, upwards, kind of like a long circle, oval, like this. And then I do the side here on the bottom, chin here, to this area. And then I also do it here, even though they didn't tell me to do it, I just did it. And then they also said to do this one, which is also a facial move, where like you basically find the curve of your cheek and go up. And this is supposed to help lift anyway, so that's good for you to do. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do. They also have another one where it's like you have like a straw in your mouth. You don't put it to your teeth because your teeth are going to want to compensate for it. So you put it like right in here. And you just hold it. And then they say to do the kissing mouth. So that's that. And then they also say to do so one thing that my acupuncturist also has me do is to do whistling. So he always tests this as a way to like check to see if my lips are going the wrong way. So if I go like this, I naturally want to do it like this. You see how that goes to this side? So it's pulling my lip. So what I need to do is when I talk, I need to go like this. So that way when I'm talking, I'm not pulling my lip, my right side isn't pulling everything this way. So it's going to be lopsided, right? It's going to be crooked. So I'm talking, I really should be talking like this. And this is what he said to do. Just pretty much hold the other side that's not working. So that way when you're talking, at least you're not moving your whole facial structure or your lip structure to the other side. So that's that. So that's about it. I hope these exercises help you for, you know, just being able to do something. I went to multiple people to kind of try to get this information and kind of find them all pretty helpful. Oh, one other thing. I also have like this little tool. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like, you know, I have like the facial roller, like the J facial roller, the rose quartz one. I have one that's like black obsidian, and that's supposed to be really good for like protection. And so what I have is I have this little tool, and I can show you in a different video or on Instagram. But basically that little tool I take and I just like use that to like rub and move and do that massage motion. But I still do the same thing where I stick very much here, and then I just kind of like massage these areas going upwards, and I'll even do some on my forehead. I usually face it on this side that's actually like having the issue, but I do the other side too, just so it's like even. And then one other thing that I do is I actually, while I'm sitting at my desk on my computer, I'll go like this, and I literally just go like this. So the whole time, whatever feels comfortable for you, but I'm just using, because you know your knuckles are a little bit hard. So, you know, do whatever feels comfortable for you. But I literally just sit there and I do this. And you can feel it. You can feel like it gets knotted out. And just like your body, you know, like when you get a massage, like you can feel the knots coming out. You can feel like there's places where there's tension. And it's the same thing because you're using your face, you're using your muscles and all that. So that's kind of what it is. The things that I do right now And I don't know what works, what doesn't, honestly, because I'm just trying anything to kind of improve my overall health to help my body heal faster. And that's really what it is. It's not like they're not able to just fix this particular thing. It's because it's an autoimmune issue, you're needing to fix your whole entire body. So what they did was they ended up getting outside of the IVIG treatment, I've been trying to eat a little bit better. So I try not to eat so many processed foods. Like I think I've only had McDonald's once since I have, come back from the hospital for like this month and a half. And I also only kind of try to eat as many vegetables as I can, whereas before I'm all about the meat and the carbs, right? But I try to eat a lot more vegetables if I can. I still eat the meat when I do, but I don't know, the acupuncturist told me to not eat chicken. I don't know why. I honestly don't know the reasoning behind it. I'm guessing because they're probably dirty. They're not the cleanest animals. But, so I try to limit my, that kind of intake, with meats, unless I know it's like really good quality meat. But outside of that, like, I don't really change much. I just kind of eat my normal things. And one of the things I added was I love Whole Foods green juice, I usually get doctor's orders, or I get the detoxer, which is the beet version, which is sweet, it tastes good. And I usually try to drink like a bottle of that like in a day. So I usually just go buy like the large bottle, like the 32 ounce, have them bottle it into 2 individual bottles, and they seal it for you, right? And so then it's kind of like getting a new juice every time. And so I do that. So I end up getting 2 because I get the doctor's order, and I get the detoxer, and I get 2 of the large ones, have them split it, so I have 4 bottles. And so that lasts me for the week and until I go to Whole Foods again. So that's kind of what I do for that. And then it's just healthy anyway to have those extra veggies in there. So that's that. And then, I'm also going to the acupuncturist. So he initially didn't do acupuncture on me because, like we said, like, you don't know which which nerve is actually affected. So you can go and poke all you want, but you don't know what you're treating. So he couldn't do acupuncture for my face for what this is, but he was able to treat this with just kind of areas that are specifically for overall immunity. So it's kind of to boost your overall immune system. And by doing your overall health, you're basically getting that ability to heal. So that's another thing that he added. So he does a few parts on my legs, my arm, and my face. Sometimes on like the head or something too. So I am very scared of needles. Even in the hospital, I was like, oh my gosh, even when they were trying to give me when they had to do the IV, that's like the worst part for me. And then whenever they came in to draw my blood or something, like I was just not having it. And it probably was not the worst experience because given my situation, I'm sure people like have it worse and get more treatment, whereas mine was a little bit less. But it was a lot for me given that I just don't like needles. And the herbal medication that they're giving me, I don't know what exactly it comprises of. If you guys want to know, let me know and I'll figure it out and tell you guys. But basically, I drink a packet of that 3 times a day, and they kind of will tinker with it a little bit throughout the week, depending on if I like mention any symptoms. But since the first time to the second time, there hasn't been any issues, so I think they just kind of like increase the strongness of certain ones and give me a little bit more versus the beginning they eased me into it. And I feel like the herbal drink has actually helped. It tastes disgusting though, like really gross. Like where I'm just like, okay, I need to like not breathe, and at the very end I'm like gagging, But it gets better by each drink. You just kind of get used to it, and it doesn't taste too bad. It still is gross, but it's not as bad, and you just know you have to do it. But what I do is I take my little gummy vitamins and I eat that right after. So helpful. That kind of helps because it's sweet, it's gummy, and so it kind of helps. Or if I really want, like, Trader Joe's has this new like flaming hot Cheetos that kind of came out, and so with that I end up treating myself to some of those, as soon as I finish drinking the drink. So that's kind of my only little like reward system for myself because nothing else will work. So, anyhow, I hope that these facial exercises, some of this information really helps you, and hopefully you can kind of figure out what may work for you if you have GBS or if you have something else that is similar to this. Stick with it. I mean, I can show and do another video with previous pictures and what my progress was before, but literally it was just this side. So it was only this side that was moving. And now I have a little more movement on this side. So it took me it's almost 2 months now. So hopefully it heals and it goes back to normal versus kind of being a little bit deformed when it goes back. But it just takes time. So at least it's better. That's all I can say. At least it's getting better. It's definitely frustrating when your improvement goes up and down. Like you have one day where you're like, I feel great. And the next day you're like, I don't feel as good. And the next day you're like, I don't feel good today. I just want to lay around all day today. I have no energy and just not feeling kind of achy. I feel kind of like, like, like you just kind of feel like something's coming on. And then the next day you're like, oh, I feel better again. So it's ongoing and it's just the way it happens because your body is doing so much to try to get better. It's trying. So you need to listen to it and do whatever it's kind of asking. So if you feel tired, rest. If you feel energetic, try to do some normal things or to try to do some exercises or whatever it is that you can do. But just try to do what you can within your limits for that day and that time. Because you could feel kind of crappy in the beginning of the day, but feel better at the end of the day. And when you do that, rest in the beginning, do what you can at the end of the day. That's kind of what I did. And in the beginning, it was really frustrating. But I think like as you kind of get used to it and you're like, I know that I'm going to have good days and bad days more so than I ever had in my whole entire lifetime. I think you realize that it's going to get a lot better. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys. I'm going to go off and meet my friend for lunch. So I hope that you guys all have a great day, wherever you're spending it and however your condition is. Whether you're in tip-top health condition or if you are still in the hospital for whatever that they're treating you for. Stick it through and it'll get better. Everything is temporary. Just keep a positive outlook because it will get better. So just keep looking forward to that day. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.